Hello there and welcome to this week's video in which I'm going to be making my interpretation of Seong Gi-hun, or player 456, of the amazing Netflix show Squid Game. And gosh, it appears that just about everybody seems to be watching this show, talking about it. So I'm going to start unusually by making the base. And I am giving him some different white pumps to the pumps that the character player number 456 wears, because sometimes it's all about compromise with polymer clay and you have to go for an aesthetic that kind of suits the sculpture better, really. So yeah, that's why they're different. And it took me ages to eventually settle on just the right colour of green polymer clay. So yeah, there was a lot of effort involved in mixing. So I'll just start on his trousers here. So I've got a few facts about Squid Game, but I'll come to those in a minute. I just wanted to say that I haven't actually seen all the show. I've still got 3 episodes to go, so feels a bit weird to be making a character out of a show that I've not actually sort of seen all the way through. So please no spoilers if possible, and I won't be sharing any spoilers on this video either. So if you've still to watch the show, by all means feel free to carry on. But it's just unfortunate really, because usually speaking I would have binged this show in a few days flat, but because I've still got problems with my eyes, I've basically got digital eye strain combined with dry eye syndrome, so I can only actually watch very limited amounts of television, which yeah, as a pop culture artist is a bit of a nightmare. So I can only watch around an hour of TV a day at a maximum. So yeah, hopefully I'll get the show done by the end of the weekends. The writer of the show has been working on this concept for over a decade, so I think it took him quite some time to get the show kind of commissioned really. So eventually Netflix came up with the goods, and I bet they're really glad that they did, because everybody's now on Netflix, aren't they? So we'd actually stopped Netflix for a while because I wasn't watching huge amounts of it, and Ian doesn't watch a whole lot on Netflix. He loves One Punch Man and that's about it really. So we basically decided to get it again for Squid Game, and there's a new season of You as well. It's another show that I quite liked, so let me know if you watch that too. And again, please no spoilers, because I've only actually watched 1 episode of that so far. So if you're wondering what I'm doing here, basically the character of player number 456, or Seong Gi-hun, excuse my pronunciation because it's no doubt horrible, but basically he's got like a 11 o'clock shadow, and I just really wanted to try and emulate that as much as I could with polymer clay. So it's about adding clay on and then scraping it off with a needle tool. Squid Game was originally supposed to be a movie, and I think that would have been quite interesting, but I do wonder if it would have been half as successful as a film as it was a TV show. And I've no idea if they're planning to make a season 2, because it's really quite difficult searching for facts about a TV show or a film when you're really trying to avoid spoilers. So these probably aren't the most interesting bits and bobs I've picked up about the show really. I was just, trying to avoid anything that looked remotely like a spoiler really. And I was heartened to find out that there's basically an oversized doll that's used in episode 1, I believe. And if you've seen the show, you'll know exactly which doll that I'm talking about. And it's a real life doll that the show borrowed to use in it, which is bonkers, isn't it? It's so huge, and gosh, I love it. It's got such a great design. was very tempted actually to make it this week, but I thought, you know, I'm probably better going for the protagonist really. So now I'm moving on to make some numbers for his t-shirts, obviously 4, 5, 6, but numbers are actually quite hard to do, so this took quite some time, and as a result of doing this I decided that no way am I adding any numbers to the back of his jacket, because basically they can look really messy, and I'm lucky here because these numbers are going to be obscured by his jacket, so I've just decided not to do them on the back because I want the model to be as neat as possible really, and sometimes when you know that you've added something that looks a bit scruffy, it just detracts from the whole piece really. So as you know, he's an ornament at the end of the day, I don't think it matters too much. It's not like an action figure or, you know, anything like that. It's an ornament, or he will be by the time I've finished anyway. So I'll just continue making his jackets and add the collar. And I'll just add this tiny little 4, 5, 6 here. So once he's done, I'm going to be making a poster for Squid Game, which will hopefully form part of my Halloween countdown. And if you weren't aware, basically throughout October and on the run up to Halloween, I'm sharing one of my movie posters, which are basically movie posters reimagined with polymer clay, mixed media and a bit of digital magic. And yeah, there's one a day, so I'm releasing those over on Twitter, and it includes some of my old favourites because this project's been going on for years basically, and I've made a few new ones this year as well. There's the Wicker Man and the Exorcist and Critters, and they're basically characters that I've made on the channel this year for October. So by all means go and follow me on Twitter or Instagram at claydisarray. So now I'm just going to work on his hair, so I just need to keep building that up. And this bit took forever, if I'm honest, I think because he's got quite a lot of hair really. And here's 4, 5, 6 all done, and I'm really pleased with this one. I think I really got the likeness, which is always what I'm looking for. Give it a like if you got this far, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time.